All right, we. All right. Hi, Jill.
Do the hugs fit?
How are you?
I'm good. Hey. Hey, what's up?
Oh, already.
Like 30 minutes ago.
Already neglecting her by not even standing up to hug you.
Oh, man.
You just jump forward in the system.
By the way, just so you know, just so you're aware,
Okay.
this is all part of the show. So the show's happening right
Yeah, I know.
now. Okay, I don't know if you know.
We're
But you
always.
watch the
Well, I
podcast.
walked in and I was like, oh, they're like starting.
Oh, well, no, we weren't. We were talking about schedule and stuff. That's not going in.
Wow. You never know when I start the podcast. I'll probably start when Charlie was playing this morning when I walked in.
Cool shirt, Jill.
Thanks, Glenn.
Floyd. Now, between the two of you, the amount of band shirts that you own.
Oh, yeah.
Now, do you buy them off people on the side of the highway, or do you?
Yeah.
Is it online?
It's not hard to find band shirts.
Yeah.
Whether it
That's
be
true.
next
To be
the
fair, I
highway
think this might be my only band shirt. Right?
No, you've got
I
that
have
Bowie
a Bowie
shirt.
one. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Do you have as many opinions on T-shirts as Glenn does, and the arms, and how
Do
long
you have
the arm
as many
length goes?
Right, I don't have as many opinions as Glenn in general.
Yeah, that would be
very-
quite a feat.
An opinionated man.
Any household can only have so many opinions, and I imagine you gobble up most. Oh, wow.
I gobble up most of the opinion time.
Let's give our listeners and our creeps a proper introduction of Jill. Should we talk about your character first? The fact that you're married. Where do we begin?
First of all, I just want to say, I think it's like, I mean, you know, the creeps and the listeners, they've seen a lot of Mary Elizabeth and Caitlin as actors, but also they've seen them on the podcast. They have some idea of how we interact with Caitlin and Mary Elizabeth. I don't think anybody really has any idea how we interact with Jill Latiano Howard.
It's true. Yes, this is going to be
I'm
more
the
of
you know,
secretive
sort of a
one.
mystery
I'm the
guest.
mystery
You are.
wife.
But
You
I
are.
will say Glenn has brought you up a lot in the most glowing and loving terms. So
The rest of it we cut out.
We don't ever edit it into the episode.
That's going to ruin the marriage. You got to get that out. But we're also talking about the dentist system.
yeah, we're very
Yep.
happy to have you join us for this episode of The Dentist System, which is a fan favorite.
Yes.
And you play such a crucial part in it.
Yeah, it's funny. We laugh all the time because we cannot post a photo of ourselves without all of the comments or 99% of the comments.
yeah.
You're like, oh, the dentist system works.
really works. Oh,
He forgot to separate entirely.
forgot to separate entirely. It's like, hey guys, okay, so if any of you are the ones that making those comments, any creeps and listeners that are listening right now, I get it. I totally get. We get it. We get it. I understand why you're doing it, but stop. But not because we're offended by it or anything like that. Just stop because it's like getting old. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's like we get it. We get it.
Yeah,
you
we
you
get
did
it.
it. You can't make the same joke over
And do they
over
not
and over.
see how many other people are making the same joke? You know?
I get a lot of that. A lot of like, oh, look, I guess the waitress is letting you hang around this week or whatever. You know?
Yeah. You get that.
I
too.
don't know.
Yeah.
I guess it's nostalgic.
Separate
for them.
entirely from our characters, please. Let us be real human beings.
Yes. I mean, it's been,
people.
yeah, gosh.
Just go back to commenting on Glenn's bleary red eyes. Which you very
Yeah,
much
how he looks
appreciate
high
as
in
well.
every picture.
Yeah.
Oh, it's stoned and everything.
Okay, so it was season 5.
Oh, yes. Okay,
It
so
was-
thanks, Charlie.
Take us
Structure.
back.
We have a bit of
Take us
structure.
back.
Let's give us some structure.
The Dentist System is season 5, episode 10. It aired on November 19th, 2009, and I've written down here that I believe you two were married on September 8th, 2009. So this was shot before or after you got married?
It was shot before we got married, but then
Aired
aired
after.
after. And we got married on September 5th. I don't know where.
Oh, sorry. The
It's
internet.
Wikipedia, and they
Stupid
messed it up.
internet.
Wikipedia just doesn't. September 5th.
September 5th.
So you weren't married yet. In
No,
this,
we were
so
engaged.
It could have gone wrong. It could have been
I
like
still could have gotten out.
Yeah, you had a
chance,
window there to
guys.
be like, I've worked with you on set, and just I see now.
I see now the man that you really are, and I don't think I like it.
Now we had Martin and Roselle on the podcast, and we were talking about the dentist system, which was they penned that.
They
one.
wrote it with David Hornsby.
Hornsby.
And it was directed by Randall Einhorn.
Well, who we'll have on at some point. Now, recollections of things.
Your specialty.
He can't remember the
My
word for that.
specialty. I can't remember the word for how to remember things. Do you remember reading the script for the first time? Or did Glenn kind of pitch it to you? And say,
I feel
hey,
like Glenn probably pitched it to me. I don't remember. I don't remember reading it for the first time. I don't, if I'm being honest.
Is Jill close enough to the mic, guys?
Yeah, I believe so. I've been told.
Test.
Oh.
Oh,
okay.
testing,
Yeah,
testing.
yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, Rob likes to suck on it and have it fully in his mouth.
This one?
all of them.
Oh, he's had his mouth
Yeah,
on all
he's-
of them.
He's
Is
torn
that,
through
is
all
that
the
better?
microphones. We have to change them out, though, so that's probably clean.
Yeah.
Right.
Is that better?
Yep,
Okay.
all good.
Where were we? No, I don't remember reading the script for the first time. I don't. I remember, like, my general recollection. Well, I just remember thinking it's hilarious and insane, and that it was going to be super fun to work together.
Well, we caught Jill at a time where she was still acting.
Yes.
Jill is no longer acting.
Retired.
She retired from
Producing quite a bit, though.
Yes.
Producing a lot of great documentaries
Yes.
and
Thank
films.
you. Yeah, the episode. I mean, Glenn and I watched it last night. I was just like, oh my god, this is so fucked up.
Had you not watched it since it aired?
I don't think so. No. maybe I caught it once or twice. I don't know, but not like fully sat down to watch it. You know? I don't know. I don't love watching myself. I don't know. Some people are like that. It's kind of weird, and so.
I think most people
Yeah.
don't. There's an uncomfortable
Yeah.
factor there. Yeah.
But when we watched it, I was just like, oh my god.
Well, first of all, she was like,
I did. That was the first thing I said. I was like, look how cute and young we were.
Well, I feel like did you also put like a dreamy filter on the sort of flashback? It felt like when you did the moments, there was like a little bit of like a
a little bit
hazy
of a thing, I'm sure.
thing on
Yeah.
it. Maybe.
Yeah. It was fun.
You look awful young sitting here in front of me now, so.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
It's been about 14 years, I think.
It has been 14 years.
Has it
yeah,
been
almost
14
exactly.
years
Yeah.
since we did that episode?
Almost exactly 14 years since we
Isn't
shot
that
it.
crazy?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
depressing.
But I
but
mean,
yeah.
it's funny, but it's just so crazy. It made me remember that at that time, like when we were just dating before we were married, and people, and the show was still young at that point, and they'd say, "Oh, what does your boyfriend do?" And I'm like, "Oh, he's an actor. Oh, is he on anything I would know? I don't know. Do you know the show It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?" Like, "Yeah. Oh, yeah. Which one is he?" And I'm like, I'm like, I feel like he's the psychopath, vain asshole. But I swear he's not like that in real life, because he does it so well.
Goodbye, my friend. Oh, did you think that I meant you? It'd be a laugh if it weren't oh so sad. You've been replaced, don't need anyone now. When I find you champion, maybe I'll stop feeling so bad. Go make some new disaster. That's what I'm counting on. You're someone else's problem now. I only want you gone. Now I only want you gone.
It's not enough and sticks and stones might break your bones, but words can break your heart. But if you don't know where to go, I'll show you where to start. Kill yourself. It'll only take a minute, and you'll be happy that you did it. Just go over to your oven and shove your head in it. Kill yourself. Really, you should do it. There's really nothing to it. Just grab a mug and chug a couple lighter fluid. Okay, now I hear like you put it back. Maybe it's on account of the fact that I just told you to kill yourself over and over again. I'm just trying to make a simple point that life stuff is problems don't have simple answers. You shouldn't just beat me. You shouldn't just roll. You shouldn't just kill yourself. But I understand that it's a sensitive subject, and you're probably just hearing me say that. And I've dealt with. I don't want to be insane. Look, I sound unempathetic. I sound mean and rude. Suicide is an epidemic, and I don't want to be misconstrued. Signs of depression go overlooked. So if you're depressed, then you need to book a therapy session. Talk about your depression and let a professional hear it. But if you search for moral wisdom in Katy Perry's lyrics, then kill yourself. It won't be painful if you are able to give a little kiss to an oncoming train. You kill yourself. It's over, Molly. There's a trigger, pull it. Get it through your head, it being a bullet. Stick your tongue in a plug. Suck a pipe full of eggs. Make some toast in the tub. Nail yourself to a cross. Hold your breath till it's gone. Drink a gallon of mace. Be gay in Iran. Let all press it on your face. Jump off of a bridge. Skinny dip in a flood. Cadaver attached to a fridge. Drink a Haitian guy's blood. Break into the zoo. Give the tiger a shove. It to feel its head screw. Mary Courtney Love.
That I felt like I'd have to explain. Like, I promise you, he's just a really good actor. That's not who he is.
There have to be people out there that wonder why such a wonderful person as yourself would be married to such a horrible man. Not being able to fully separate themselves from my character, or separate out the fact that I could be a different person, you know, or that I could present in public as a different person than my character, but there's gotta
Deep down,
be
right.
deep down, like, is he the guy? You know what I mean? But like, I don't. I mean, we couldn't have been together for that long if I was anything
No.
Unless the
resembling.
system is so strong.
Yeah.
And you're
The mask is
incapable of
so
it.
I'm like, yeah.
Imagine the brain power it takes on my part to keep the system going.
Well,
For that long.
That's what I've always thought about, like, self-help books when it comes to dating, is that a lot of them, I feel like, especially geared towards women, give you a sort of, like, I remember I once got this one called Why Men Love Bitches, and it was all,
Oh, that's
Hearing some
fantastic.
remembrances in the back.
I heard some cackles.
Wow.
but it was all about how you need to, like, treat him badly at the beginning so that he'll, like, chase you. But my thought is always, okay, so let's say that this system is, like, effective. At what point do you rip off the mask and go, actually, it's me, I'm really clingy and dependent? You know,
I'm really super codependent.
yeah. When do
I
you
don't know, the mask just deteriorates. You know, you don't have to rip it off. It just slowly crumbles
It's
away.
like those stitches you get that dissolve into the skin. You
Yes,
don't have
yes,
to go
yes,
get
yes,
them.
yes.
Okay, all right. So
Come
maybe
over
that
that
was
for
what
so
happened.
long.
It dissolved so
Maybe.
slowly that you
That I
didn't,
didn't
imperceptibly, you didn't notice.
Yeah. By that time, it was too late.
I don't really remember that episode getting pitched. I guess we were talking about those books, those systems for picking up women.
Yeah, I have a memory of writing out us writing out the dentist system on the board in the offices where we were writing season 4.
Yes, I feel like I can remember the letters on the board
Me
and
too.
trying to come up with.
I remember being in
the
that
acronym.
space that we were in season 4 when that acronym when we first came up with the acronym and what it all meant. But I don't remember why we weren't able to complete
Well, maybe we
the
just didn't have a
episode then.
story for it yet, right?
Yeah,
we
yeah.
knew, okay, this is a funny concept. Sometimes that's how it goes. We didn't have the right actress for you, Dennis.
Yes, we didn't know who we were writing to.
You guys weren't even engaged. You were simply dating. We didn't know if it was going to last.
We were engaged. We were engaged for a year and a half.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was the hesitation?
There was no hesitation.
There wasn't. You know what it was? It was Caitlin and Rob were getting married that year, and with 4 other friends of ours
We had
getting
like
married.
so many other friends getting married
So
that
we're
year.
like, we gotta wait till the next year. And then I liked the weather in September, and so we're like, we're gonna wait.
We didn't want to. We knew our wedding was going to be absolutely amazing. We just didn't want to,
It was a good time.
Dunk
wanna
on
step
all
on
your
it.
It
weddings.
was a good
Step on
phase.
everyone's toe. It was a good time.
It was a good time for me because I would really cut loose at those weddings, just let it rip. And I miss that.
Yeah.
it was a good one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I do remember us coming, and then I guess we finally came up with what the whole story was when we were breaking season 5, which was at Fox, because season 4 we were in Culver City.
That's crazy. Yeah, my whole visual image of the writing of that episode is in the Culver City offices. So interesting, right? So
Yeah,
it spilled
exactly.
over.
Okay, so you do remember
Yes.
it in the Culver City offices?
Yes.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny how that's how I remember things by the space we were in,
Totally. No, I mean, it
sense.
totally makes sense. Yeah.
which is why 5 through 10 are such a blur because we were in those Fox offices forever.
Yeah, it does. That does become a little bit of a blur. 5 less so because it was our first year there. So this season in particular really sticks in my memory because it was the first year we were on the Fox lot. And I remember, and who pooped the bed? That's from this season, right?
No, that was 4.
Last.
That was 4.
That was 4.
Oh, that's so weird because my memory of you writing all that stuff out on the board.
That's in those
was
Culver
it-
City offices.
That was in the Culver
Yeah.
City offices.
All right, so
Anyway, back to you, Jill.
what else?
What else?
When did you guys meet? How did this happen? I remember you
very
hanging around the Venice house that
Yes.
Rob and Glenn lived at.
Yes.
And every now and then they would have a party, and I remember you were in the mix.
That's where we met.
Wait, was Charlie at that party? I think he was. I think he might have been.
Well, I don't know because I didn't know you yet. That's why. It's not that you're not memorable. It's just that maybe you're
You
not.
remember someone else?
There was a lot of people there.
Well, the gravity of Glenn was so strong that you only had eyes for him. Plus, I was taken, so I wasn't thinking about that.
So we had a mutual friend. We have a mutual friend, Yada Martinez, who Glenn went to college with, and who I became quick friends with when I moved to LA. And she brought me to their house party. I don't know if you want to say the beginnings of that. Glenn kind of asked. You want to tell your part?
Well,
Of us.
I've been single at that point, and for I don't know, maybe 2.5 or 3 years or something like that. And Yana and I were good friends, and I was like, hey, you got any cute friends you want to invite over? Anybody you think I would like? Because we knew each other pretty well, and she knew, I guess, maybe what I was into as far as what I was looking for. And she was like, it's funny you bring that up. There is this one person. And then she described to me and I was like, oh, tell me, what's her name?
I did not sound good on paper.
Her name's Jill, and to me, in
sorry,
some ways you sound amazing.
They sound, yeah,
But then in other ways, I was
it's like, ugh.
she was like,
You'll get it when he says
she was
it.
like, her name's Jill.
Strike one.
Strike one. Who has the
Jay
name Jill?
sounds.
Well, my name's Glenn, and Jill, she needs to have a cooler name,
Carry the weight.
to balance the Glenn of it all.
Yeah.
But no, and she was like, she just moved here from New York. She's a model. She's a dancer. And now she's acting as well.
You know what I mean?
And I was like,
3 things.
a model and a dancer. I'm like, okay, so she's probably physically attractive,
Right,
but
right,
is she
right.
gonna be?
DJ
Vapid.
too.
Yeah, she did actually. She did DJ. She did.
That was a small stint, okay?
Yeah.
But yeah, on paper I get how kind of douchey I could have sounded, or
Well, I was just like.
or there's
yeah, but that-
preconceived notions of
Yeah.
girls that
Fair.
are
But I
in
knew
those
that-
businesses sometimes.
But I knew that because you were friends with Yada and
Yeah.
how much I liked Yada and I trusted Yada's taste in human beings. I was
Yes.
like, okay, well, she
Give her
must
a
be
shot.
pretty decent.
Now, did
And
you
then-
wait? Sorry, did you get Glenn's breakdown? Were you also aware
Yes.
that this setup was
Yes.
happening?
Yes,
And
yes.
how was he pitched to you?
He was pitched to me. He was pitched to me. You know what happened is I think we were in the car with another friend, and they were talking about the show, and it was only season 2, so I hadn't heard of the show yet.
Okay.
And
Oh,
yeah.
It had only been.
I don't even know if season 2 had aired. Maybe it had.
It had.
Okay,
It
but
had,
still
just.
very early.
Uh-huh.
And they're talking about the show and talking about the guys on the show, and then they were talking about Glenn, like, oh, he's cute and this, and I was like, what is the show? Who is this person? You know? And I, unlike Glenn, had just got out of like a